within the ministry as a head or a leader, you can't wait on everybody else to facilitate your vision. You got to have some initiative of your own. You got to already know that if it ain't nothing but one or two that's going to go with me, then here's the plan. Here's what God have given me. Too oftentimes we get in certain positions and we say, well, I can't get no help, or the church didn't allot me any funds, or nobody wants to get with me. You got to have enough initiative that when God elevates you and sets you up, if you ain't got nothing but one or two people that's pushing you or right there by your side, that's enough right there. Because if just two or three of us agree as touching, whatever you ask God will he'll respond on it. So he gives them the mentality that, listen, it's not just about the one that sit at meat, but it's the one that serve. He said, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptation. Jesus begins to explain to them. He said, you didn't leave me like the other 60 when I spoke to them in a harsh manner. They turned around and they left. They said, this thing is too hard. We can't do it. Only thing he told them, mother, is that you got to eat of my flesh and drink of my blood. And 60 of the disciples said, this thing too hard. I can't do this. I can't follow this man. But Jesus turns around to these and he said, listen, you done been there with me through my temptation. You done held on. You done hung in there. And the good thing about it is that everything ain't gonna be smooth and easy. You find folk, I found some people that when you start going through some trouble and a little situation, they'll back up off you. They'll leave you. But you know what? When everything go good, they come and try to reattach. But I got some words for folk like that. If you can't go through with me while I'm going through, please don't try to join my bandwagon when it's on the down road. I'm not just talking about me, but I'm just, because you got to understand that a person ain't really your friend if they can't be a shoulder to lean on when you weak. Ain't nobody really your friend if they back up off of you when you going through something, and then all of a sudden when it look like you done got yourself cleaned up, then they come and say, I was with you all the time. The devil is a lie. That's how church folk will do you. Everybody come to church on a Sunday shouting, praise God, drag foots in the carpet, drag their feet and tear up the carpet. But when it's time to stand and when it's time to press on, you can't find them. But when the road get a little easy now, when it come time to give and when it come time for everybody to press in, you find, you only got a little skeleton crew. But when it's time for everybody to sit down and eat and everybody to be honored, the house is full. That's why when it's Easter time, everybody want to come to church because they just got a new dress. They just got a new suit. They want to show everybody, I got some new clothes. But oh, baby, you got to know how to press your way when you ain't got nothing new. Look at some folk ain't shouting now. I just wish I can go back to Friday night. You were already shouting by now. I'm going to preach. I am. Jesus tells them, he said, you've been with me. I said, okay. You've been with me in my temptations. Wow. And he said, and I appoint unto you. What? He says, I appoint unto you a kingdom as my Father have appointed unto me. But he says, because you're able to gut it out. He says, I know that I can trust you with a miracle. I know I can trust you with a blessing. I know I can trust you with a new house or a new car. I can trust you with a spouse. I can trust you with children. I can trust you with a new job, a higher paying job. I can trust you with certain things. But baby, before he know he can trust you, you're going to have to go through some stuff. I don't hear nobody talking to me because we want great stuff, but we don't want to go through much. He says, I need to know that I can trust trust you. I need to make sure that when you get it, you won't do like the children of Israel. See, Jesus always had history to go on. He blessed the children of Israel so magnificently that he tells them, he said, when you get over into the promised land, he said, to remember to forget not. He said, don't you dare forget me when you go over into the promised land. And sure enough, soon as they got over there and seen them big grapes, and they seen vineyards they didn't plant, they seen houses they didn't build, they start saying, well, we got to serve the God that's already set up here. But it's not the God that was set up there that brought them there. It was the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.